The Christchurch City Council is pushing back against a suggestion that control of water networks could be taken off local authorities. This comes as ratepayers fork out millions of dollars to protect the city's drinking water from contamination, even though there has never been any major public health risk. While that work is done, the water is being treated with chlorine, something many in the city think is unnecessary. Logan Chch headed down to a council meeting that was looking at the state of the city's water.
Drinking water is now a frequent subject around the council table in Christchurch, and seems to get more problematic with every passing day. The race is on to bring all of the city's wells up to scratch and remove the chlorine it's now adding within a self-imposed 12-month deadline. The council's program manager, Helen Beaumont, admitted this week that the timeframe is now under incredible pressure. But she told councillors today that progress is being made.
So in terms of maximising the delivery of untreated water, we have moved from 5% of the supply, and we expect to have 24% of the supply without chlorine treatment by the end of August.
But discussion was quickly dominated by 4 small paragraphs at the end of Helen Beaumont's 10-page report. It details work being done by the government to see if the delivery of water services could be amalgamated or centralised. In other words, taken away from local councils. Councillor and former Mayor Vicky Buck isn't happy about it.
So bad news, Christchurch ratepayers, because you've got an earthquake and the government promised that they would bring you back up to speed and they forgot to do that. And then you've got an issue of small rural authorities who can't actually deal with this problem. And so bad news, Christchurch residents and ratepayers, you get to pay for that as well. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's not okay.
Ms Buck's concerns were quickly echoed around the council table. Councillors spontaneously voting against its ratepayers picking up the cost of fixing water networks in other districts. They were also opposed to being part of a company or authority that would manage such a scheme, which is an option being considered by the government. Deputy Mayor Andrew Turner is worried about the repercussions of such a move.
Once you've created a CCO or some other vehicle, it's very easy under a different set of policies from a government which may not share that view, for that CCO then to be subject to privatisation, which would then see control of the water supply further removed from the people.
Vicky Buck says she has asked the Department of Internal Affairs, who is leading the work, to meet the council to discuss their concerns. A spokesperson for the DIA says it is still early days, and high-level options will be put to Cabinet later this year. Aside from water control, some councillors were also worried about the cost of temporary chlorination, originally estimated to be about $600,000. Councillor Sarah Templeton questioned Helen Beaumont over whether that money is being wasted.
But at this point we've had chlorination in some of the pumps for a very short period of time, and the risk actually hadn't changed at all since the paperwork had changed.
That's correct. So temporary chlorination has been an expensive exercise, and there's no evidence that we've got improved public health outcomes from it.
And all the while, the clock keeps ticking on upgrading the city's water network so that it is safe from contamination. There are now only 7 months left before the chlorine is due to be completely turned off. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, call Logan.